What's good? I wanted to give another update on Amazon Associates, but before I do that, press that subscribe button and that bell so YouTube will notify you every time I post a video. It's going to be like Christmas every day in your pocket when you pull your phone out and you get to see my face, right? Come on, son. Anyway, to get into it, I got another sale from Amazon Associates. So whoever did that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've been thinking about actually starting with Patreon at some point. So I'm going to walk through the numbers and then I'm going to show them to you. I've got about 300 clicks so far for the month of December. Actually, from, basically the month of December, but it goes back actually a little bit further till the 30th of November. So during that time period, 298 clicks. I've had 10 items ordered, so the conversion on that is 3.37, total of 387 items sold for my earnings. So this is the amount that I'm going to get is $23.80. So that's not much money, but it's just starting. Like, I started this 2 months ago and already making $24, which, you know what I mean? That's like 3/4 of a tank of gas, right? Or one way to think about it. But it's just the beginning. Just the beginning. And so I also wanted to run through some of these other numbers. I'll show you what the actual site looks like. So this is what it looks like. Here are the earnings right here. This is how much I get. Or down here, the total earnings. The total number of clicks here is 298. It goes back to November 1st. The total number of items ordered. So now that I actually created stores at these other countries that Amazon has sites in. So as I mentioned in my other one, it's called One Link. And I don't know, and I haven't done the research to know if in the UK, clicking on the link here in YouTube, which will be in the description, will be the second link in the description. The first one is my Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, come say hi, ask me questions, shoot me a DM. My Instagram will be the first link in this description. The second link will be a link to Amazon. If you have any purchases that you need to make on Amazon, use my link. It helps support the channel. If not, it's cool. Just don't ever fucking complain about shit again. But anyways, so this is what the actual dashboard looks like when you have all of those set up, as I was just showing you. This is the actual dashboard in terms of what it looks like in the different countries. The total earnings are just from the U.S. It just says $23. I think they round to the nearest dollar because the 80 cents is not showing up here. But Canada, France, Italy, I think that's Germany, the UK, and Spain, I think it is. So that's kind of interesting. Do you guys all also have this many tabs open on your computer perpetually? But I wanted to dive into this. So if this is my goal, right? So just ignore all this other shit on here for a second. If my goal is to get to $1,000 a month from Amazon Associates, right? Then and currently I've had 10 items sold. So 10 items sold means that my average amount that I receive per sale is $2.38. Remember? Because when we looked back over here, you just divide that by 10, right? Because there's 10 items sold. So that's $2.38 is how much I make. And I want to make $1,000. That's the goal. This is the fucking objective, right? We want this every single month in terms of, let me see if I can change the, I'll just make it bold. That's the goal. This is the goal. This is how much we make per item. So if you take 1,000 divided by $2.38, and it comes out to be $421 items. So what if you look at the formula right here? If you don't know anything about Excel, if you put an equal sign, then you can put in the formula and you can do your some type of programming. So I just rounded up. So that's why this is 400. This is 420.00 blah blah whatever the case is. So I just rounded up so that it came out to be 421. Now, that's the total number of items, but we also need to know, we need to get it back to where we are in YouTube, right? Because that's kind of the epicenter of where everything's happening. So the conversion, which is the conversion rate on Amazon, now that's the rate from the other, when you go back into Amazon, that's right here. So this was, when I pulled the data the first time, I didn't have this here. This is from yesterday, so this wasn't active. So this was 3.36, 3.37, which is the conversion on Amazon. So if you take 421 items divided by their conversion, then that'll give you the number of people needed on Amazon to purchase items, right? So 421 divided by 3.317 or 3.37, and this one I just rounded, I didn't round up, is 12,500 roughly. That's right in this box here. So I need that many people to actually come through and purchase something on YouTube. So how many people do I need on YouTube though? Because that's what we're fucking looking at, right? So my conversion is 1.5%. Now I'm going to go over to YouTube for a second. YouTube, if we come over here to the total amount of watch time, right? Let's go to the actual overview, and you get to see over the last 28 days, I have, rough for the number of views, roughly 20,000 views over the last 28 days. So if you take 300, which is that number right there, divided by that number, 20,000. So I just did 300 divided by 20,000, so that I've just rounded them off a little bit. So it comes out to be 1.5%. So you're gonna then, and obviously that number is gonna be slightly different, right? That would be just a little bit different if you took the actual number, which is 298, divided by 20 from YouTube in terms of the total number of views, 2134. Let's go back over here, 2134. You get, we're gonna convert that to percent. 1.48. I just didn't remember that number. So it's very close. Either way, it's going to be off by a little bit, a couple hundredths of a decimal place. So now what this 832 represents is, this is how many views I need. So now that's how you create your goal, right? So if I want to make $1,000, right? I want $1,000 from Amazon. That's how many views I need on Amazon on a monthly basis. And you could take this even further depending on how detailed you want it to get. So let's go up here. This divided by 30. So in order to reach my goal of getting to $1,000 from Amazon per month, what I need to do on a monthly basis is about 850,000 views. On a daily basis, I need about 30,000. Hopefully this is making sense. I don't know if anybody else loves spreadsheets as much as I do, but I need about 850,000 views, 832,000 views on a monthly basis to get to $1,000 on Amazon, assuming a ceteris paribus nature into the future. Ceteris paribus is Latin, and it just means holding everything else constant. So that's the three factors or variables that have some type of what's the word? They're not constant. Are going to change is the conversion on Amazon, and the average amount per sale, as well as the conversion from YouTube to Amazon, right? So those three numbers are going to change. And when you think about it, or think about incentives, right? My incentive would be, assuming nothing else changes, where I might maybe I would rather go to Patreon or like some other site or start my own website or blog or whatever the case is, right? But assuming I was trying to drive traffic to Amazon, I would work towards trying to drive more traffic to Amazon. So that 1.5% in terms of the current rate of conversion from YouTube to Amazon would increase, assuming that I was trying to optimize it. The other two numbers are the conversion rate within Amazon. So somebody clicks through from a video to Amazon. Amazon is able to sell them on average of 3.37% of the time. So out of 100 people, they're able to sell roughly 3.5 people. Or out of 1,000 people, they're able to sell 337 people roughly. But they have an incentive to obviously increase that, because if they increase that, that's good for Amazon. Same thing with the average amount per sale. Amazon does a great job of this, and they only have an incentive to do more of it, right? Because if they can sell more things on Amazon, that benefits them. They have a lot more money and tools and resources than I do. So I would expect those numbers could potentially increase. Now, obviously, they can go the other direction. So I ran through like a little bit of like a mini Monte Carlo type simulation, but I just changed one factor. You could actually change all those factors. So the same data that we looked at, right? You have a dollar amount you want to make, backtracking all the way through to the daily amount of views you need, right? So now I need about 27,000 views on a daily basis. So once I'm at 27,000, I just know it's a matter of time, assuming all the other numbers, those three variables hold steady or go in the right direction in terms of my conversion from YouTube to Amazon increases, Amazon's conversion increases, and or the sale price goes up. Any one of those factors increase, then that's going to happen even faster. So assuming, and we're going to start in the one that has the least effect. So you can do like, I don't even remember, sometimes they call this like a certain type of analysis, but then you could see like, well, which one of these is going to have the biggest effect in terms of which one of these increases is going to have the most effect on increasing the earnings, if that makes sense. I have an MBA in finance and accounting. I have the CFA, which is a chartered financial analyst. I like numbers. I like analysis. So this is kind of like what I like to do, because I'm fucking weird. And anyways, so if you took the average conversion on Amazon, like once somebody clicks from YouTube to Amazon, and you had that, right? And that's 3.37 right now with a little bit of data. So we only had 10 items sold. So I'm curious to see when that number, and sort of the number of clicks through, the number of click through is a decent number, 300. But I want to get the number of items sold. Once that is to like 30 or 40, then there's more quality to it, because it could be very variable in terms of, they're very volatile, because it's such a low amount of items sold. Anyways, so if they were able to increase that by 1%, so from 3.37% to 4.37%, that is going to affect the total number of views that I need. So when you do that same exact thing, how I walked you through that, you do the math on that, then it reduces it to 642,000 views I need. So that drops it from 832 to 642. So like 200,000 views on a monthly basis less that I would need, And if you look at that, let me actually do this. 642 divided by 30. So then we can get a daily number. And I'm not going to do this for all of them. I just want to get an idea for this. So it's 21,000. So you need 21,000 roughly, 21,500 on a daily basis. And right now, I'm averaging a little bit over 1,000. So that's like 5% of the way there if you do the math on that. Now, if you were able to increase the amount, the average sale from $2.38 per item sold to $3.38, assuming Amazon gets better at selling, which is probably true, right? And it goes to $3.38. Then I would only need 585,000 views on a monthly basis to get to $1,000 in terms of earnings for myself. Now, the biggest factor in terms of what has the most impact, right? So you would, if you were doing analysis for yourself, right? You would look at, like, okay, determine what those factors are. So those factors for you might be something else. For this specific example, it is the total number of people who click from YouTube to Amazon, the total conversion on once they're on Amazon, and the amount per sale, right? That's what we use to figure out how many views. Now, which one of those factors has the biggest effect? And that you can do this analysis in the same way for whatever you're trying to achieve. And if you wanted to actually be thorough, you do it in reverse too. So that what if the numbers got worse, right? So now the last one is people who click from YouTube to Amazon. Currently it's 1.5%. What if that went to 2.5%? Maybe I put more of a focus on it. Maybe there is actual review videos, right? So like 1 or 2 videos a week out of 20 videos, I actually cover some type of item, you know what I mean? Like that I purchase, which is completely possible. I've done videos on the camera I'm using, which is in a Pixel 3 XL. So I do buy shit every once in a while, and I do review it or talk about it or experience whether it is good or not, you know, and just not in a way to sell something, but just as a way to, I bought this product. Is it good? Is it bad? What am I going to do with it? You know what I mean? And that kind of thing. So if that went up to 2.5%, the total number of views that I would need is only 500,000 on a monthly basis, right? So I already have 20,000. So if you take 20,000, I'm 4% of the way there, and you're like, oh man, that's so far out of the way. Because I've got 20,000. I'll finish the month of December with 21,000, 22,000 towards it. So I'm about a little over 4% of the way towards that. If I was able to increase that number. If any of this was interesting to you, make sure you press that like button and let me know. But you can do the same type of analysis for whatever you're trying to achieve, whether it's something at work or if it is you own your own website or you have a YouTube channel or you're monetizing YouTube or you have, the same analysis you can work. You're just going to change the actual variables, right? Remember in school when they're like, oh, this is the same problem as the practice problem, but they change the numbers or they change the words slightly. It's going to be the same exact analysis you would do for your situation. So if you found this helpful, make sure you press that fucking like button. If you like other videos like this, make sure you press or let me know down below in the comments. I enjoy these type of videos because this is what I do anyway. So I'm happy to make more of these type of videos. And thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel this way, I'll have a link for Amazon in the description. So if you want to purchase something on Amazon, like you're already going to purchase something, it will be a link for like probably a pre-workout or something. If you want to purchase more pre-workout, go right fuck ahead. But if you're purchasing something for yourself, just use my link, and it helps out the channel. If you want to, if this has been any, if this has provided you with any insight or value, then and you feel that you don't mind doing it, then use my link when you go to purchase something on Amazon. It supports the channel, it supports me and the channel, so I would appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.